Hello and welcome to the interview of BIT Today's for the next step. We have Nidha Ali. She's currently pursuing her final year in biotechnology MSc integrated from BIT Vellore. Nidha is a freelancer, mental health advocate, and also an entrepreneur in making. Nidha, I wholeheartedly welcome you to the show. So going on to my very first question, although 2020 has been hyped by the pandemic, we have seen that mental health has garnered a lot of awareness and attention. Being a mental health advocate yourself, how do you see things change? And if you could talk more about your safe hour.
Sure. So, firstly, talking about Your Safe Hour, we started Your Safe Hour in the month of June in 2019. And the idea was essentially to just provide a safe space for people to come to vent their feelings, talk about what they are going through, and never feel alone. But right now, what started as a mere page wherein we wanted to just curate content and listen to people, right now we have reached at a point where we're providing accessible and affordable therapy to those in need. So that's what we have done so far with Your Safe Hour, and it honestly warms my heart to see how many people, how many pages, how many organizations are putting in so much effort to destigmatize mental health. And I am very hopeful that we are going to change uh, the stigma that is there with regard to mental well-being in the coming future. And I'm hopeful about it very soon.
Right. Talking about Launch Shop, which was your first business venture, what are the key takeaways from it and what's been the experience so far?
Okay, so I think I was in my third year, and you know how you're like pretty clueless and you don't know what to do with life, and you're constantly thinking about what's my purpose in life. And at that point, all I wanted to feel or do was I wanted to be independent. So I had this friend from Dubai who was like a wholesaler, and he had this whole-fledged lawn business of Pakistani garments. And I was like, let's give it a shot, you know, why not? Like, let's try, because I love fashion and I've always wanted to do something in fashion. I was not very sure of what I wanted to do, but I wanted to do something in fashion. So I took it up, and I brought Launch Shop to VIT, or you know, to the audience which doesn't even know what Pakistani clothes are or how lawn is made in Pakistan, etc. So I did a pretty okay job, and I'm someone who plans for the distant future. You know, like I'm always like there's a plan. But that is the person I am right now. But back then, I didn't have any action plan. I didn't know where I was going with it. The whole idea was just to have fun with it and see where I'm going. So that didn't pan out the way I wanted it to pan out, because there was the target audience was very weak, because Pakistani, and you can't sell
Right.
Pakistani clothes over here. But I learned a lot from that particular venture of mine. I learned that for to run a full-fledged business, A, you need an action plan. B, you need to know what your market requires. Unless or until you know what your market needs, you cannot uh, run a good full-fledged business. And also, I learned a lot about how, with each passing step, with each and every mistake of yours, comes a silver line. There comes like a few, there comes a part where you see yourself reaching the goal. So whatever like I learned from it, and whatever money I earned from it, I think has provided me with so much space and time to follow my dreams. So it was a great learning experience.
Nice. Right. So what's been the driving force, Nidha? What made you feel that, freelancing or entrepreneurship is really something that you would like to do?
Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, like I never wanted to do, biotechnology, but science is always something that I love, and I wanted to like as like you grow, you realize that this is what you want to do. Like there's this inner call that says that okay, this is it, this is what you want to follow, and everything I do in life has a significant meaning behind it, be it freelancing, be it Your Safe Art. I put my heart into it, no matter what I do. And after Launch Shop, I was like, okay, so fashion is something that I love. I want people to, you know, kind of wear the garments that I design, want to see them in something that I style. But when it came to this final step of my life, where I finally found what I wanted to do, It was more about the cause again. And this particular new venture of mine, I have put my heart and soul into it, because this is about sustainability, and the whole science aspect also comes into this. So everything that I've done so far in 5 years, this is just like the end product of it all. This brand is something that, you know, kind of makes me who I am. Like it's something which says that, okay, hey, you know, this is what Nida is. That's exactly what I am trying to pursue with regard to it. And what made me follow through it is that I've always followed my heart. Like every time that I feel like, okay, no, this is not something that you have to kind of go ahead with. I listen to my heart, and I think that's what it is. Like I like being in control of my situations, and I like how flexible this field is. Like you can wake up anytime, do your work at the night time, and there's no 9 to 5 in
That's
your
right.
life. That it's more about your control, more flexibility, and it's also about following what your heart says, taking your own decisions. That exactly was my driving source, and I feel that's something which made me want to follow through with, that I can be myself, I can be unapologetically myself, and I can put my heart into it.
Right. You've already had, I mean, you have already had Launch Shop, which is also a venture in fashion. Why did you choose fashion
Yeah.
industry again? I mean, your interests have been there towards fashion, but you've had a pretty okayish experience right before. So why again?
Yeah.
And more details about your brand, of what's the current.
Okay, perfect. So, as I mentioned, Launch Shop was an okay experience, but it was not a bad experience. That was a start for me, wherein I learned about what exactly, you know, I want in from my life. Like fashion is something that I've always wanted to step into and always wanted to make my mark or impact. And what I learned from Launch Shop actually made me realize that, okay, you know what, that was a mistake. There are certain mistakes that you have made in that particular venture. Right now, what you can do is take it ahead, because this is your dream. You want to have a brand of your own. And whatever I learned from there, every mistake that I committed over there, I made sure that I didn't do it this time. This whole brand of mine, Masavi is the name of the brand. And this brand is where I made sure that this took 1 year for me to finally, you know, finish everything, from the branding, from the designs, from the launch photo shoots, everything. It took 1 year. So what I learned was I did a very hurry job in terms of launch shop. I just dwelled into it. I jumped into it. But here I took it a little easy. I took it with like steady. It was slow and steady for me. I made sure that everything I did was made out of love, and um, whatever the mistakes I had committed previously, I didn't do this time. And why I follow through it is because, again, the heart wants what it wants. Like this is something that I've always wanted. You know, like I want people, want my friends, want the want the audience, like fashion enthusiasts in particular, to adorn the garments that we have designed, or to have like a sustainable slow fashion conscious choice, because fast fashion is something that I totally have been trying to get out of, because it's a very conscious choice, you know. Like you can't like completely be like, okay, bye to fast fashion, because we have been into it for the longest time. So as I have taken a conscious choice to, you know, take a step back from fast fashions, because it's not good to your surroundings, and it's not good on so many levels. And sustainability is the future for our planet. So when I have taken that conscious choice, you know, I honestly want others to do it. And it's something that makes you jump out of the bed every morning, and you want to pursue it, and you want to kind of take it ahead in a way that everybody else, the coming generations, also follows it. So the idea itself of the brand is something which, you know, made me want to go ahead and take the risk again, in spite of having an okayish start with Launch Shop. I wanted to go with my gut. I wanted to make sure that this message of sustainability, of being equal in terms of body size, in terms of a lot of factors, more details will be, you know, released once the brand is up and running. I wanted it to not just be with me. I wanted the idea to reach a lot of people, and that's why I went with my gut, and I went ahead with Masavi, in spite of having an okayish start with Launch Shop.
Right. So, Nidha, we know that you're quite a multitasker. How do you plan to manage a full-time job after graduation and a brand that is still in its nascent stage?
Yeah. So I feel like, having a job is something that I want to do, because the brand again is something that I have started along with my partner. And my partner is an architecture student, and it's so much work for both of us. And we have started it from our own earnings. We have started it from what I earn through Launch Shop and everything. There's no like backbone support or like an investor per se for us. For the brand to stand, for the brand to reach where we want it to reach, we definitely want to have like a job where we maintain that particular area and also have the brand. So, answering to your question of how I'm going to multitask, I think each and every person in VIT knows the answer to this question. You just do.
That's so true.
Yeah, we all do, because right from our first year, we have been trained in that way. Gravitas, Rivera, then there are assignments, there is yada, yada, yada. So many things which keep happening. There are 24 hours in the day, and I hope that just how I have like managed my styling and my conceptualizing or the freelancing aspect of my life along with VIT so far, I hope that I can fully manage my job as well as Masabi in the future. And my partner is extremely flexible, and she is, flexible with her timeline, and she's extremely supportive. So I think both of us will do a fine job in terms of that.
Wishing you all the best in that regard. Coming to the next
Thank
question.
you so much, Akshay.
You have spent around 5 years in VIT owing to the course. What has the university taught you?
I think so much, to be honest. Right in the first year, I was this extroverted person who talks to everybody, and I thought that, it's not that great a thing to just like talk to everybody. But turns out that it's honestly the best thing that you can do to yourself, because the contacts, the connections that you build in VIT takes you a long way in life, teaches you a lot. It mentors you. The seniors that you talk to, they give you such insights on how the future can be and how you can do things in life. And honestly, in terms of my degree as well, I have learned so much with regards to science. Science will always be my first love, like science is something that makes me say that, okay, this is what I have learned so far, and I love science. So in terms of academics, in terms of extracurricular, VIT has taught me so much. It has taught me how to be an open-minded person, and it has taught me how to open my arms wide and accept and fulfill the expectations, and like just be go with the flow in life. That's something that I've learned from VIT in particular, because it's unpredictable, the opportunities that it throws at you. I had the experience of anchoring in front of, I don't know how much the crowd was, but for Rivera, when I anchor, the amount of exposure that this college gives you, the amount of opportunities, the amount of learning experience that this college gives you is impeccable. It's honestly something that I thought that I would never be able to do. But they mold you in such a way where you can actually achieve things that you never thought you could. And subconsciously, you have all these dreams and you have all these goals that you want to, kind of achieve. But VIT kind of takes you to the path where you can achieve that. And for me personally, I have done that in VIT in terms of a lot of things, and I had so much fun. And I think it's the best place to network, it's the best place to grow, and also to become the best version of yourself.
That's nice. Do you think networking and being mentored is crucial for an entrepreneur? And who was your support system in all of those?
Yeah, I think it is actually a bit crucial, because there's like life cannot be just black and white. It has to be gray as well. So I think in between networking and mentoring, it's important for us to find the balance, that we just don't focus on the black and white. We focus on the gray aspect as well. So that's something that I do personally. And my biggest support system, I feel, are my friends, and my mom in particular, because at times I doubt myself or my goals, and I'm just like, okay, you know what, I think I should have not done this, or I should have just like, just had that job and just focused on my job. But my friends and my mom keep pushing me. They say that, you have to believe in yourself. And sometimes you tend to forget it. Let's be real. All of us tend to have these days where you don't believe in yourself. My biggest support system are my friends and my mom, who keep reminding me to believe in myself and keep telling me that, believe in the potential that you have. So that's something that I am very, very grateful for in life. You cannot do everything by yourself. You need people. And when I started Launch Off, that was something that I didn't understand back then. I thought that I can do everything by myself. I don't need a team. But with Masavi, that has changed. I have a beautiful team where we are all like a family. And I know this sounds like really filmy, but we're actually like a family, and we work really hard, and it's fun. I think my support system is my team, my friends, and my amma.
Okay, what is your goal for 2021? And from the brand's perspective, how much do you expect it to grow?
Okay, so in life we have this weird notion of failure and success, and failure is where things don't go according to your plan, and you're just like, okay, what next? And success is like a destination, is what is the notion and is what everybody believes. But for me personally, success is a journey. It's not a destination. And for me, Masavi's journey is what matters the most. What we do out of it, the goals that we have of creating a more slow fashion oriented, conscious and aware audience is the goal. And if we fulfill that, for starters, I feel that would be a very happy and heartwarming moment for me. And in terms of my goals for 2021, I think my goal is just being content with whatever I have taken up, and just being kind, compassionate with myself and people around me, because it's more about how you are internally and how you are with people around you, and that reflects in your work. The more balance you have in this aspect, your personal aspect, the professional aspect also reflects. These are two things which are interconnected. So my goal is just to be like believing in what I have, like the journey that I have taken up, and going with it. And as far as the brand, as I mentioned, I think the only idea is to make sure that slow fashion is here to stay. And it's the goals for the brand. I think I'm just gonna go with the flow for the brand. I do have some goals,
Nice.
and I hope that we achieve them. I do not want to disclose them,
Right.
but I just hope we achieve what we have, like the essential idea of body positivity and sustainability is achieved in at least like the first 2 years of the brand. So that's pretty much about it. And 2021, I just hope it's good for everyone. That's like one wish that I have, that we all have like a safe and happy 2021.
Right. Coming to the end of the interview, what is one message that you would like to deliver to juniors watching this interview?
Okay, so firstly, I don't know how to like give like a message per se, but I'm just gonna tell you guys one thing, that follow your heart despite all fears, and follow your heart till the point of tears, because that's something that is going to make you happy in life. Like, I personally feel what matters is going through your gut, going through your heart, like just following it, because that's going to make you feel content. You'll have no regrets. The chances that you didn't take will always haunt you. So please follow your heart and never forget to believe in yourself, no matter how hard it seems like. Just believe in yourself and believe in the journey that is going to help you out in being the best version of yourself. So just believe and be kind and compassionate to everybody. It just comes back. So yeah, just do what you feel like doing and go with your gut. It's all going to be okay in the end.
Right. So with that, we come to the end of the interview. I had a great time talking, and thank you so much, Nidha, for the interview. Wishing you a great year ahead.
Thank you so much. I had a lovely time talking to you, and I wish a great year ahead to VIT Today. You guys are doing a great job, and I hope you continue doing it.
Thank you so much.